Please join us, celebrate, share, and watch these upcoming videos as we try to spotlight and illuminate some positive people in our community. Thank you for watching these videos from Higher Definition.
Well, it was a period of my life where I didn't go to church, and even though I had gotten saved, I just felt like there were a lot of things that weren't happening for me in the church, and I could be better off by myself, reading my Bible, having devotions, studying on my own. But it wasn't until I came back to church, and it wasn't until I came back to church when I actually realized like how far off I was. It's like when you're doing land navigation. You point your compass in the direction, and you try to stay straight, but if you're off like a half a degree, you could be off miles when you get to your final direction. And that's kind of where I was spiritually. I thought I was walking in the right direction, but I was miles away from God wanted me to be. We all have different reasons for coming to church or coming back to church. I guess one of the popular sayings is that if you feed them, they'll come. There are people who join churches, just to talk to a girl they like. But for whatever reason a person comes, I think it's our I feel like it's our duty as believers to try to inspire people to come closer to God. 3 things I always try to leave people with anytime I have a conversation about God. My experience with God is what Christ told his disciples to love the Lord with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your soul, and to love your neighbor as yourself. When they asked him what the greatest commandment was, and that's what he came up with. So I feel like it's something that applies, it matters, and it's important. One, we gotta love God with all our heart, all our mind, and all our soul. That's everything you got. You ain't got nothing else other than that. And to love your neighbor as yourself. And I think one of the key points to loving our neighbors is one I think we often forget, is that to love you as I love me means I have to first love me. And a lot of the pain that people cause comes from the fact that they don't love themselves, so they don't know how to love anybody else. So that's one of the things that we have to understand when we're dealing with people who are difficult. That it might not be that they hate you, it's that they don't love themselves. So it's our job as believers is to try to convince them to love God and to love themselves, and then they'll understand better how to love you.